We are the 100% Hebrew Israelite. All praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, spreading the good news of the gospel, teaching His truth throughout the earth, and who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing the word to the four corners of the earth in all sincerity and risking their life to do so. And what this was going to about, do not, what does it mean to be ignorant of Satan's devices? Let's go to 2 Corinthians 2:5, and it reads,
5.
But if any have caused grief, he hath not grieved me, but in part that I may not overcharge you at all. Sufficient to such a man is this punishment which was inflicted of many, so that contrariwise ye ought rather to forgive him and comfort him, lest perhaps such a one should be swallowed up with over much sorrow. Wherefore I beseech you that ye would confirm your love toward him, for to this end also did I write, that I might know the proof of you, whether ye be obedient in all things. To whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgave anything to whom I forgave it for your sakes, forgave I it in the person of Hamashiach, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So, reading on, a man who committed a sin so grave that it affected the whole body of believers after the man underwent some form of correction prescribed by Paul and carried out by the church. Paul now believes the discipline has been effective. He urges the believers in Corinth to forgive and comfort him, so that he will not be overwhelmed by excessive sorrow. In verse 7, it says, so that contrariwise ye ought rather to forgive him and comfort him, lest perhaps such a one should be swallowed up with overmuch sorrow. So, and to reaffirm their love for the sinner, one reason Paul gave for ending the punishment and forgiving the man was to prevent Satan from outsmarting them and taking advantage of the situation. For we are not ignorant of his devices. In verse 11, reads that Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Paul recognized that Satan is clever and cunning, and that believers need to be aware of his schemes. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alternately, render design and scheme. Satan devices are evil intentions and plans he thinks up to oppose power and his people. Paul draws the Corinthians' attention to Satan and his clever devices. 2 Corinthians 4:4, 4, and it reads, in whom the power of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of power, should shine unto them. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 6:15. This reads, And what concord hath Hamashiach with Belial, or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? Let's go to 6 Corinthians 12:7 reads, And lest I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelation, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. Okay, 1 Corinthians 7:5 reads, Defraud ye not one the other, except it be with consent for a time, that ye may give yourselves to fasting and prayer, and come together again, that Satan tempt you not for your incontinency. So Paul warns married couples not to deprive one another of sexual intimacy for too long, so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. He also mentions Satan's capacity to disguise himself as an angel of light. 2 Corinthians 11:14, which reads, And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. By forgiving the man who had sinned, the Corinthians would exercise wisdom rather than be ignorant of Satan's devices. Forgiveness would restore unity in the church and prevent Satan from taking advantage of any division. It would also deprive Satan of an opportunity to discourage or defeat the man through an excessively long and drawn out punishment. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 2:6. This reads, Sufficient to such a man is this punishment which was inflicted of many, so that contrariwise ye ought rather to forgive him and comfort him, lest perhaps such a one should be swallowed up with overmuch sorrow. So let's go also Galatians 6:1. Which reads, Brethren, if a man be overtaken in a fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such an one in the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest that also be tempted. Likewise, it would keep church members from hardening the heart toward the man. Satan's scheme as the enemy of power. The devil is constantly working against power, his purpose, and his people. Let's go to Job 1:6. Read, Now there was a day when the sons of power came to present themselves before the Lord power Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, Whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord power and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord power said unto Satan, Hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth power and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord power and said, Doth Job fear power? for naught? Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord power saith unto Satan, Behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord Yahweh, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And there came a messenger unto Job, and said, Oxen were plowing, and the asses feeding beside them, and the Sabaeans fell upon them, and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, and said, The fire of power is fallen from heaven, and have burned up the sheep and the servants, and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, The Chaldeans made out 3 bands, and fell upon the camels, and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, Thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men, and they are dead, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Let's go to Matthew 16:23. This reads, But he turned and said unto Peter, Get thee behind me, Satan. Thou art an offense unto me, for thou savorest not the things that be of power, but those that be of men. Also, 1 Thessalonians 2:18. This reads, Wherefore we would have come unto you, even I, Paul, once and again, but Satan hindered us. Apostle Peter strongly advises believers to beware of Satan's devices. Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. Let's go to 1 Peter 5:18. It's 1 Peter 5. Shalakia. 1 Peter 5:8. Which reads, Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour, whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Let's go to one of Satan's devices is to accuse believers of their past sins. Let's go to Revelation 12:10. It reads, And Then I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Hamashiach, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Let's go to Zechariah 3:1. This reads, and he shewed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Lord power, and Satan standing at his right hand to resist him. And the Lord power, Yahweh, said unto Satan, the Lord power rebuke thee, O Satan, even the Lord power that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee. Is not this a brand plucked out of the fire? So, thankfully, Satan's accusations are baseless and powerless against those who are forgiven and redeemed by Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, who counseled the record of the charges against us and took it away by nailing it to the cross. In this way, we disarm the spiritual rulers and authorities. He shamed them publicly by his victory over them on the cross. Let's go to Colossians 2:14. This reads, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to his cross. Let's see. Another of Satan's devices is to tempt believers to sin and fall away from fellowship with power. Let's go to Ephesians 4:26. Reads, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. So you see, not to give a place to the devil. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians 3:5. Reads, for this cause, when I could no longer forbear, I sent to know your faith, lest by some means the tempter have tempted you, and our labor be in vain. Let's go to 1 Timothy 5:14. This reads, I will therefore that the younger woman marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully, for some are already turned aside after Satan. Yahushua warns his disciples that Satan would try to sift each of you like wheat. Let's go to Luke 22:31. Reads, and the Lord power said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. From the beginning, Satan has tried to lure and seduce people to put power to the test. Let's go to Genesis 3:1. Reads, "Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which the Lord power Yahweh had made, and he said unto the woman, Yea, hath power said, Ye shall not eat every tree of the garden? And the woman said unto the serpent, We may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, power hath said, Ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for power doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." Let's go to Acts 5:3. This reads, "But Peter said, Ananias, why hath Satan filled thy heart to lie to the Holy Spirit and to keep back part of the price of the land? While it remained, was it not thy own? And after it was sold, was it not in thy own power? Why hast thou conceived this thing in thy heart? Thou hast not lied unto men, but unto power." And Ananias, hearing these words, fell down and gave up the ghost, and great fear came on all them that heard these things. And the young man arose, wound him up, and carried him out, and buried him. And it was about the space of 3 hours after, when his wife, not knowing what was done, came in. And Peter answered unto her, Tell me, whether ye sold the land for so much? And she said, Yea, for so much. Then Peter said unto her, How is it that ye have agreed together to tempt the Spirit of the Lord power? Behold, the feet of them which have buried thy husband are at the door, and shall carry thee out. So she died along with her husband. Let's go to 15:10. Reads, Now therefore why tempt ye power to put a yoke upon the neck of the disciples, which neither our fathers nor we were able to bear? First Corinthians 10:9. Reads, Neither let us tempt Hamashiach, as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. A favorite device of Satan is deceit, for he is a liar and the father of his, and there is no truth in him. Let's go to John 8:44. This reads, says, Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer and from the beginning, and abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. We could go to 1 Timothy 2:14. This reads, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. We can resist Satan's deceitfulness by knowing the truth of power's word in the depth of our being. Let's go to Psalms 119:11. Reads, thy word have I hid in my heart that I might not sin against thee. When the devil tempted Yahushua in the wilderness, the Lord Yahushua responded to each direct attack with a word of power in Matthew 4:1. This reads, then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of power, command that these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of power. Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and set him on a pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the Son of power, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power. Again the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. When the devil tempted Yahushua in the wilderness, the Lord power Yahushua responded to each direct attack. So scripture is our most potent weapon against Satan's devices. Satan has a way of making sin attractive, but we can resist his temptation if we prepare our mind for action and exercise self-control. Put all our hope in the gracious salvation that will come to us when Yahushua HaMashiach is revealed to the world. Let's go to 1 Peter 1:13. Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Hamashiach. Yahushua HaMashiach. Yahushua is our high priest who understands our weaknesses, for he faced all of the same testing we do, yet he did not sin. Let's go to Hebrews 4:15. This reads, "For we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin." Let's go to Hebrews 2:18. This reads, For in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted. So power is faithful. He will not allow temptation to be more than you can stand. When you are tempted, he will show you a way out so that you can endure. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 10:13. Reads, "There hath no temptation taken you but such as is common to man, but power is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it." Believers must not be ignorant of Satan's devices, but be vigilant and ready for action. We can rely on power's faithfulness in times of testing and temptation. 2 Peter 2:9. This reads, "The Lord power knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to preserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished." Revelations 3:10. This reads, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." We can be strong in the Lord our power, and his mighty power, put on the full armor of power so that we can take our stand against the devil's schemes, for our struggle is not against flesh and blood. Let's go to Ephesians 6:10. It reads, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord power, Yahweh Shai, and in the power of his might." Put on the whole armor of power, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And we can do as Yahweh Shai commanded. Let's go to Matthew 26:4. Reads, "And consulted that they might take Yahushai by subtlety and kill him." Let's see, Matthew 26:41 says, oh, that was the wrong scripture. It is Matthew 26, chapter 26, verse 41. "Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." So you see, brothers, We have to be strong and know, and not be ignorant of Satan's devices. In 2 Corinthians 2:11, which reads, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. And we give all praises and honor and glory to our power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, spreading the good news of the gospel, teaching this truth throughout the earth, and who rule well. Salutations to the hopeful elect, pushing the word to the four corners of the earth in all sincerity and risking their life to do so. So you see, brothers, can't be ignorant of Satan's devices. Till next time, Shalom.